So I was out on the trail with a group a few weeks ago and some riders came at us. So I did this and they did this. Now that's great that you want to be polite and say hello. Hello, by the way. This is not a peace sign. This has a meaning on the trail. So I started thinking about it and realized I think a lot of people either just don't know about ATV trail etiquette or they just don't care. But either way, I pulled Instagram, we came up with the top 5, and we're gonna talk about those today. And as we talk about them, leave comments down below with either pet peeves or just things that you consider trail etiquette out on the trail that either rubs you the wrong way that people don't do them, or just things you think that other people should know about. So with that, we're gonna talk about number 1, which seems like the most basic thing ever, your trash. Bring your freaking trash back with you. It's not that hard. And this applies to like anything outdoors. I don't know why it seems so complicated for people to take their trash back with them. You pack it out, you pack it in. That's like the common thing for everything outdoors. So why is it you think that people everywhere on the trails want to see your 40 Bud Light cans? They don't. You brought it out, you bring it back. It's still lighter. I don't understand what the problem is. So please, I'm asking you, pick up your trash, bring it back with you, throw it in a trash can, throw it in your ATV, throw it in a backpack, throw it in the back of your truck. I don't care, just don't leave it out on the trail. Throw it somewhere where it belongs and won't make a mess for the rest of us. And if you don't think that this is a big deal, you're the guy that everybody's mad at. Moving on to number 2, proper hand signals out on the trails. So this one, I don't think that people are actually doing to be a dick. I just think that they honestly don't know. And I understand that there's no generic class that we all take before we go out to the trail the first time. You pretty much have to learn it while you're out there or learn it from some more experienced riders that you with. So we're gonna go through it super quick, but to do that, let's head out to the trail. Okay, so this is how this works. For the purpose of this discussion, let's say there's 3 machines and apparently a dog. So your machine number 1, there's a machine behind you and then a machine behind them. So there's 3 machines out on the trail. So you're riding along and a rider comes at you. They signal you and then you would signal 2. So you're stating that there are 2 machines behind you. Then the person behind you would signal 1. And then the person behind them would signal 0. This is stating that I am the last rider in this group. Makes sense? So again, let's assume that you're in a group of 5 riders. So there's 5 of you out on the trail, all on your own machines, because it doesn't go by how many people, it's by machines. So you're number 1, and then there are 4 more machines behind you. So you guys are riding along, someone comes at you, you signal 4. You're stating that there are 4 more machines behind yours. The next person does 3, then the next person does 2, then the next person does 1, and then finally, the last person does this, stating I am the last person in this group of riders. Make sense? Good. Oh, so good. So good. All right, so trail etiquette number 3. There should really be like rules of the trail. Let's go with that. Rules of the trail number 3. People that fly around blind spots or corners at 45, 55 miles an hour. So this one, seriously, it's just dangerous. And I get it. I also like to go fast. All right, I have those times where I want to slide around a corner too, and you can do that, but do it safely. There's ways to do it. Have someone in front of you. Do it on one-way trails, whatever it may be. Don't just blindly go around turns or blind spots at a high rate of speed. Someone can honestly get hurt, and quite frankly, people do every year. So if you are one of those people, please be more cautious. And if you're not one of those people, watch out for those people. Oh, and by the way, yelling "I'm coming in hot" as you round the corner doesn't count. All right, so number 4. Now this is almost the exact opposite issue, and that is people going extremely slow without paying attention to their surroundings. Now, let me just preface this by saying, if you want to go 1 mile an hour while you're out on the trail, that's fine. Absolutely, you should be able to do that. However, don't do it in the middle of the trail while not paying attention to your surroundings. If you want to go 1 mile an hour and look at the birds and the trees, that's great. I encourage you to do that if that's what you enjoy. However, if someone is coming up behind you at 25 miles an hour, they'll slow down to that 1 mile an hour because most trail riders are pretty courteous out on the trails. But the longer that you make them wait there, the more agitated they're gonna get, just wrecking their trail experience. So pay attention to your surroundings, move over when somebody faster comes, and it's all good. Easy enough. Moving on to number 5. which is blocking the trail at an obstacle. Say, did you guys see those pretty birds out there? Yeah, those are pretty, huh? We should just sit here on the bridge and watch them for a while. They're beautiful. Now, this could be at a bridge, at a mud hole, at a river crossing. It could be numerous things. The point is don't be the guy that stops to watch somebody cross an obstacle or just hang out in an obstacle and block the trail. Pull over. And now, if you're waiting in line, that's one thing. But don't just be there in the way. If you want to watch, pull over, watch the obstacle. I get it. It's a lot of fun. I like to watch people go through challenging obstacles as well. Just don't stop in the middle of the trail where nobody else can get by. So that's all 5. That's going to lead us to the question of the day. What is your biggest pet peeve or just something people should or shouldn't do while out on the trail? Leave those comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you on the trail. But don't be a dick.